You know what, guys? Let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all something right now. Ben's on the table.
Yeah.
I'm not on the table, but I'm on a chair.
Yeah.
I'm on a chair also.
Yeah.
And I'm really tired.
Hell yeah.
Even though I'm feeling pretty high energy with this song
yeah.
playing right now.
Look at Ben in his natural habitat.
Look at him, dude.
Look at him.
He's
This is
so
what he's always doing.
thick.
And what are you looking at, Ben? You looking at me? I know you're not looking at me like that.
Yeah, Ben, I'll beat the shit out of you, dude.
Watch this.
Oh, he's gonna bite it and die.
Ben's like, what the fuck is...
Oh, sorry, Ben. That was too much.
Hey, my bad. Ben,
too
that's
much.
our bad.
Remember last week? Our episode we did?
Uh-huh.
Remember we just had music playing the whole time?
Yeah.
was
And we
a
were
vibe.
screaming and we were yelling.
Yeah. Oh, we
that
were
was great.
screaming. I
Oh,
forgot
yeah.
about that.
Hell yeah. Ben, do you
Okay.
remember that?
Ben, did you listen to that one? Okay.
Sick.
Should I fade the music out or should we keep it?
Ah, fade it out.
Okay. Welcome to the show, everyone.
It's good to have you guys here. As always, man.
As always,
Yeah,
brother.
It's just a pleasure to be here.
Yeah. Dude, you know what I learned about myself yesterday? Not yesterday. Last week when we did the podcast.
What? You've been doing crack
No.
for the last 15
I
years.
wish. What I learned, I guess it's, maybe I should say I relearned it,
Mm-hmm.
is boy,
I
I like to yell sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
And I get excited about something. And I'll also say this, yelling, top 5 funniest things you can do.
Uh-huh.
Period.
Yeah, especially with the cool voice.
Yeah.
Like a...
Yeah.
yeah. That's even funnier.
Remember that time you made that noise on the podcast? Way back in the day?
Oh, I made a lot of noises.
You were like,
yeah.
dude, that shit made me cry. It was so funny.
You're crying, dude.
I wish I could
a lot
remember
of
the context.
weird noises come out of my mouth sometimes, dude.
Especially, dude, there's something about you knowing there's a microphone on nearby.
Yeah.
You just start getting...
Yeah. It comes from like a safe space, though. I feel like all the noises I make throughout my day, they're like natural noise. They just come out.
Okay.
I don't limit anything coming out of my body.
Okay.
You know? So if I turn the corner and there's someone in front of me and I don't expect them, I make a noise that usually resembles something like,
Yeah, you do. Many
but
times.
it's like a wholesome,
So
fearful
enjoyable.
moment.
Wholesome, fearful, excited though.
Yes, always excited to run
Yeah,
into people.
yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
great.
Unless it's Baron, then it's like, ugh.
Yeah, I see Baron and I make a noise and he's like, "Hey, don't do that."
And you're like, oh.
He's like, "Hey, stop that, man." Sir,
He does say that, man, to
Yeah,
everyone.
yeah.
It's like, brother.
what's going on, man?
Greetings.
How's everyone? It's good to see you all.
Salutations, man.
And then he goes, "Hello, Brennan."
True. Oh, hey, Hubbard. It's like, bro.
Oh, Matthew, hello.
Yeah.
How's everyone else doing? Okay,
Okay.
fuck off.
Okay. Get out. Watch out now. Don't get. It's rhetorical. You didn't.
Hey, what's your email address? Oh,
You worked here for 6 years.
oh.
My bad.
Anyways,
Anyway. You got any shit you want to talk about this week? dude?
do I ever?
I think we
Dude.
actually have some stuff we have to talk about.
Do we?
Yeah.
Oh, what is it?
It's the stuff.
Oh,
You know the stuff.
oh, I know this stuff, dude.
Hell yeah, dude.
What's this stuff?
It's I'm in my watch making noise.
Is it that one thing that?
It's the thing where the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade.
Oh, that stuff.
Yeah, that's the big one.
God.
That's just the first thing I thought of in my head when I thought of like current events.
Oh, dude, we haven't done like a current events political podcast since the white dude that shot all those
Kyle
people.
Rittenhouse?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had him on my mind lately too, as well. Actually,
Really?
Yeah.
Did you hear what happened with him
no.
and how he went on like some podcast? Like, you know how athletes, they like put on a hat to like announce.
Oh
what
yes, I did hear this.
He went on some right wing podcast and he like took a Texas A&M hat and put it on, and he like announced that he was gonna attend Texas A&M.
Yeah.
And then the next day, their like school Twitter or whatever was like, actually,
We don't know this kid.
actually he has not even received any sort of like confirmation that he's been admitted. So this is all false propaganda. And
It's crazy they did that. I wonder who. That's a big. I feel like that's a kind of. That's an intense thing for a school to do.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cringy that he did it, for sure.
For sure.
But like for A&M to go out of their way to be like, actually, he's not going here yet. Even like he might. Are they going to not accept his application if he has like bonkers good grades?
Well, I doubt he has bonkers good. He's also, I'm assuming, out of state. So they don't accept a lot of out of state students, anyways. There's like such a small pool of people that they accept. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if
wait
couldn't get in.
He's not even from Texas.
No, he's from like Kentucky or something.
And he put on a Texas A&M hat.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it.
I do too.
But
I wish I was him.
But damn, son. Yeah, me too.
I wish I could go to Texas A&M.
Bro,
dude.
let's go to A&M.
No.
Bro, imagine you get to wear a U of H ring and a fucking Aggie ring.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
No.
You literally don't even have to have a job. You just walk around in Houston and people give you money.
Yeah. One hand I'm like this, the other I'm like this.
Yeah.
And then I'm like this. It's like a conjoined.
That's pretty funny. You thought about that?
Just now.
Hell yeah. I like that one a lot, dude. I'm going to call my cousins and tell them that one. They're Aggies.
Yeah. Giggle
Eggies. Okay, so anyway.
Howdy.
Yeah, do you know the name Tobuscus?
No.
Or Toby Turner?
No.
Okay.
What are those names?
This guy was a YouTuber back in like 2000, probably, I mean, for a long time, but he was huge, like one of the biggest YouTubers on the platform.
Really?
From like 2000.
Was it the Chocolate Rain guy?
No. This guy was huge from like 2010 to 2015, maybe a little longer than that.
Okay.
And then.
What did you do?
It was like video game content mostly and like funny stuff. He made a lot of funny stuff. He did these things called like literal trailers where he would like take a trailer of a movie or a video game and have the music, but not any of like the dialogue or words. And then he would like dub over it, literally describing everything that was happening as it happened. And it was pretty funny content, especially back then. He was big, like Minecraft. He made he was one of like the biggest Minecraft when Minecraft had its initial big debut. And then also, I don't know if you were ever nerdy enough to know about this, but Happy Wheels
was a big thing.
He was like competing with PewDiePie for the biggest spot on the platform when PewDiePie was at his
That's
peak.
what PewDiePie got his break from.
Yeah.
Happy Wheels and that one scary game.
Them two, Amnesia. PewDiePie and Toby were like neck and neck for the biggest Happy Wheels / YouTube spot. And then Toby had, or Tobuscus had, I forget all of the exact details, but the girl that he was dating came out and said, this guy's kind of not cool. He's kind of a piece of shit.
Okay.
And I guess you could say he got like Me Too'd, but after a lot of back and forth and a lot of other women in his life defending him, including other women that he had dated, I think what the consensus of the truth landed on being was that he was like emotionally, I guess, abusive, or at least like not healthy, but not physically abusive. I don't think. But by the time that all got sussed out, his career was over. Like he had been completely demolished.
Right.
Anyway, I bring that up to say, I still follow him on stuff. For a long time, he stopped making any kind of internet content, and now he's kind of getting back into it. And I've mostly been watching just out of curiosity to see what happens with him. And lately, he's been like he posted a picture the other day with Kyle Rittenhouse.
Oh no!
Yeah, and he talked about it. And the thing is, he's like, I guess, erring on the side of Kyle Rittenhouse isn't a horrible person. And I see how he gets there.
I don't think you can make a judgment.
Yeah, I think
of an entire person, especially someone as young as Kyle Rittenhouse.
Yeah, he's a kid.
Yeah,
he should not have been
17
where he was that day. But that being said, it's such a complicated situation. I'm not gonna make a whole. I'm just not gonna make a judgment on it.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, then he posted like like a 12-minute long vlog in his car, which he does like every day.
Okay.
That's like his bread and butter type of content right now.
Car vlogs,
Yeah, basically.
like mukbang type style.
Yeah, yeah. And he's just talking about like the Kyle Rittenhouse situation and basically explaining how he's on the side of thinking Kyle Rittenhouse is a hero.
Ooh.
And he also keeps like talking about how the people that he killed were pedophiles,
Ugh.
which I don't know. I guess it's true. I mean, there's no arguing it if they were like convicted pedophiles or convicted sex offenders of some kind.
Do you think?
That also doesn't make it cool to kill them.
Yeah, but do you also think that he knew that?
No, of course
Before,
not.
like,
of course
how's
not.
that?
That's why it's so frustrating that people always bring it up because it's like, bro, that had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
It might indicate the type of character that those people possessed, but it certainly doesn't really have anything to do with his decision-making process in that moment, one way or the other. So anyway, yeah, funny that Kyle Rittenhouse comes up because I've been seeing him be talked about by this guy, Tobuscus, a couple of times lately.
Good old
Benjamin. We
What
get
are
it.
we-
You like flowers,
What are we
dude.
doing here, Ben?
If y'all are just listening, not watching, first grow up, but second, we have a vase of, well, it's not a vase, it's a big hydro flask of a dry bouquet of flowers, elegantly decorating our podcast table. And my cat Benjamin Franklin literally just loves
He just
flowers.
puts his face in them.
He is just rubbing his face on the flowers so hard that he almost knocked him over. And now he's laying on the table,
As if he did nothing.
sniffing the air seductively because can smell the flowers.
Ben's having on.
He's having a moment right
Oh.
now. Imagine he turns the
Kick
recording
it
off.
over. Yeah, he's kicking our
He's
roadcaster,
like,
bro.
fuck you guys.
This is why I always imagine having a cat was like.
It
they
is
just-
kind of.
They just do things.
They
and-
do things and then you yell at them and then go, "Pff, that wasn't me." As you were looking directly at them while they did it. And they're like, that didn't even happen.
Yeah. They like fall and they look at you and they're like, well, nothing happened, pussy.
Yeah. So many times, bro.
so funny.
I've seen him or April try to like jump up onto something and slip and like they barely move at all or they hit the wall instead of getting up on the windowsill and then they're just like, "Pff, anyway, lick my foot." Or they look at you like, "Why'd you do that to me?"
They look at you like, what are you going to do, pussy?
Yeah. You're gonna laugh at me? I will shit on your pillow. So anyway. So yeah, bro, I guess today's episode of the
Sorry.
Hot Trending Topics show is going to
tickling
be
my toes.
Ben, stop tickling his toes. Dude, you're making a mistake showing him your toes right now because he's going to realize that's where the smell in your Birkenstocks come from. He's going to chase your feet for the rest of your time living here.
Ain't that right, Benjamin?
Ain't that right, Benjamin?
He's a really cute cat. Anyways, let's get down into the nitty gritty, brother.
Here's the situation. Supreme Court
Overturned
Roe v. Wade.
Overturned Roe v. Wade.
And
Roe v. Wade was what, in the 60s?
dude, I'd be lying if I told you that I knew.
50s or 60s? And
Probably.
they waited like 70
The
years.
60s, that long ago?
Yeah, I think so. It was during the whole like women empowerment movement, which I want to say was like the 50s and or 60s. Or it could have started in the 60s and been a thing in the 70s. If I have my history right. But yeah, women's empowerment, although has technically been going on for
1973.
the entirety of history, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, they overturned it today.
Nearly on the 50-year anniversary. So technically, we have gone back in time 50 years with our judgments. How crazy is that?
It's really crazy.
Yeah. I am curious. I really, honest to God, have not done a lick of research on it.
Yeah.
I've just seen the stuff on social media, and I feel like I should do a reading of it before I make a judgment. It's so easy for me to be like, that's fucked up, blah, blah, blah. And I think I'll keep that stance, but I do want to be a little more educated on it.
Yeah.
With that being said, what even caused them to start looking into it?
Dude, I wish I knew.
How does the process go from like, this is a court case and it's been finalized, but now we want to like review it for this reason?
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like that only happens when like someone goes to court and there's a law made because of a decision, But then years later, something happens and they have to overturn said law because something else is happening. But what happened in the last like 3 or 4 years with abortion that they were like, okay, we need to revisit Roe v. Wade?
So it looks like, okay, let me read you this little snippet. It says, in May 2021, the Supreme Court agreed to review in its October 21 term a lower court's decision to strike down a Mississippi state law adopted in 2018 that banned most abortions after the 15th week of pregnancy, well before the point of fetal viability. Although the law was plainly unconstitutional under Roe v. Wade and Planned Parenthood v. Casey, which is a separate case, Mississippi lawmakers passed the measure in the hope that an inevitable legal challenge would eventually make its way to the Supreme Court, where a conservative majority of justices would overturn or drastically reduce the scope of those decisions.
There we go. Okay.
So some shitheads,
some shit happened in Mississippi at the state level, and they were like, we need to get this.
and they ran it up to the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
the way the Supreme Court and all courts in this country, and I think most countries work, is they work off of precedent, which means, if anybody doesn't know, basically, if I sue IAM because he did something I don't like, or vice versa, if it's the first time that has ever happened, then the court is going to use all the information that they have and all the way the laws are all set up to make a determination about what the right thing is to happen in that case. Once that determination is made, a precedent has been set. And moving forward from that, anytime a similar case happens, they're going to look back on on that precedent and say, well, in this case, we did this, and it's pretty much the same thing. So unless we have a problem with the way we did it then, we're going to have to do it the same way again. But you can challenge precedent, and if you have a strong enough case, I guess you can get any case overturned. So that's what we're seeing here. Which in this case is a pretty big bummer.
It is, man. It is.
It feels like, it definitely feels like a step backwards. To clarify, as far as I know, the only thing that has happened so far is that Roe v. Wade has been overturned. What Roe v. Wade did was establish protections preventing abortion from being banned, basically. So now we're in a position where abortion is not protected on the federal level.
Yes.
That doesn't by default mean that it's illegal everywhere, though.
Yes.
It's still, every state is going to have to individually make up and pass their own laws banning it if they want to do that. I think Texas did it before this even happened.
Yeah, Texas.
With their heartbeat law, which is so its own bullshit to think about and talk about. But yeah, this is definitely the first step down a road where abortion is very hard to access for many people.
Yeah.
And it could also have big implications for like contraceptive in general, or contraception in general.
And like that sort of like funding at the state level as well, like Planned Parenthood and how much money it gets. I'm sure there are other resources as well that gets federal funding or state level funding as well. This is to shift views of it. Do you think it's like a weird win for states' rights and less federal?
I mean, you
control?
definitely could look at it that way. Well, I mean, yeah, you could look at it that way, but I don't. And here's why.
I don't
why.
think it's worth it either. I was just curious.
Yeah.
Seems like
I think having a federal case that sets a precedent that states may not ban something or outlaw something, I like that, which is what Roe v. Wade was. Because what it really is a rule telling smaller governments that they can't make rules that aren't right. And I love the idea of telling any government, stop making rules about this. It's not your place to make rules about this.
yeah.
And that's definitely the case, in my opinion, with abortion. In my opinion, that's the case with most things when it comes to like making laws and the government telling people what they can and can't do. So yeah, it looks on its face like you could say this is good for states, quote unquote, states' rights. And I guess it is, because now states have more authority to ban abortion if they want to. But it's bad for the people.
Yeah. Ugh.
So yeah, I mean, obviously, I think it's pretty clear that you guys can tell how I both feel about this. It's a pretty fucked up thing that it happened. Hopefully, this isn't the end of it.
No, there's so much protesting going on.
Yeah, and even if on the federal level this doesn't get fixed, on the state level it certainly can. And honestly, I feel like that's more likely.
Yeah,
but I guess we'll just have to see.
It's gonna be tough for really really small rural states that don't have. I mean, for example, in Texas, I really feel like we're on a headfast way of turning blue because we have such a large populous state or city states like Dallas, Austin, Houston that take up a majority of population that are leaning towards, voting blue. And at that point, maybe we could overturn some of the old laws that we have.
That would be nice to see.
But you have smaller states that don't have that much big city vibes that are going to stay red for the majority
forever.
Yeah. And then those states are going to have a hard time overturning things like abortion and just shitty things like that. So if it doesn't go back to being a federal law, then I really feel for those small states and the women in those small states who need to get an abortion or feel the need to get an abortion and aren't able to, you know. Imagine this is like a blanket statement, but imagine wanting to do something that you think is better for you and your future. And the government's like, no, you can't do that. Mm-hmm. Especially something so pivotal, like carrying a child for 9 months and then having to take care of it for another 18 years.
Yeah.
It's like almost a 20-year commitment, and you just don't have the option to make the decision yourself.
Yeah.
So it's just really shitty to really think about, and us two don't have to really ever think about it.
Yeah, it's true.
Biologically, we don't, but there's so many people in this country who have to face the sad reality of like, if something were to happen. They can't fix their mistake.
Yeah. And I've read a little bit. I'm really stepping. I feel like I'm stepping out of my lane here because I really do not keep up with current events when it comes to politics, which is a flaw of mine. But I have so much of my own shit going on all the time.
It's hard to care about other people's shit when
I really just don't have the mental bandwidth.
Yeah.
And
that's okay.
But that being said, I've read a little bit about, since all this has happened, what the president has been saying about it. And it seems like even he is like, yeah, this is pretty fucked up. He's been talking about how it's a step backwards, I think, I read. And I also read that he was saying his, what's the word? Like his, his people, him and his posse of political, what the fuck is the word I'm thinking of?
His
not agency,
team?
His team, something like that. His administration.
Oh, his administration
is going to do everything they can to protect women's rights to travel beyond their state to get the medical care that they're seeking. So which that's actually...
which I feel like you would assume if I wanted a procedure done, but I couldn't afford, quote unquote, or get it done in Texas. I live in America. I could go to Colorado. I could go to California.
Yeah.
And I should be able to get that procedure done.
Especially...
Why is that not a thing?
It is a thing. It is a thing. And if a state or any number of states wanted to try to make it illegal to cross state lines to get a surgery done or some kind of medical attention, I think that's a even bigger, almost impossible fight for them to win, because the right to travel in this country doesn't get talked about a lot because it's so taken for granted because we're all just like, obviously you can just get on the highway. But it's actually a really, really, really big deal. The right to travel is like hella constitutionally protected. It's in it's in the Bill of Rights.
Yeah.
Like it's a big deal. That's also why every highway in the country isn't a toll road, because I mean, if we're going to be real, toll roads are unconstitutional, and there's like loopholes that they use to get around that and build toll roads, but none of us should be paying for toll roads.
No.
And also none of us should be paying for speeding tickets, because that shit's unconstitutional too. But I digress. But the right to travel freely and uninhibited is hella constitutionally protected. So I'm not saying it's impossible. Nothing is impossible, because I mean, abortion was constitutionally protected until like
a week
was it
ago.
an amendment to the Constitution?
I don't know.
Okay, I don't know either. So maybe it's not. Maybe I'm not going to put the word constitutional on it, because I don't know if it was actually an amendment to the Constitution. But it was certainly protected by federal court precedent up until a couple days ago. So yeah, all this shit is super fucked, and everyone out there who is really going through it right now with this situation, our hearts go out to you. I know for some people it's probably terrifying to, like, just imagining what the ramifications of this might be. Maybe you're in a sticky situation right now and you don't know what to do. I will say there are definitely resources out there.
Yeah.
If you're in a situation right now where you need or think you might need an abortion now or in the near future, you can still get one. Might be tough if you're in Texas and you need one, or another state that has already like put in some fuck ass legislation to try to stop it from happening. But you can. There's definitely places you can go. There's still ways that you can order. I don't know what the term is for it, but basically pills that you take that are that are an abortion, essentially. If you're not too far along. I don't know any of the URLs off the top of my head, and also you can't click anything I say, but I'll put some links in the show notes. So wherever you're listening, you can check the description, and there will be some websites there that will have a bunch of information for you. So yeah, anyway, what else has been going on this week, man?
I don't know. I don't want to say I forgot that happened, but the day that it happened, I just soaked up so much information and I got so upset about it that I was like, I need a break from this.
Yeah.
Because it's one of those like helpless feelings of like, there's nothing I can do except for get upset. And I don't want to be upset all the time about it. So I'm going to stop digesting information about it. So
I feel that way about
almost
so many
forgot it
things.
happened because I had just been tuning it out. But other than that, dude, I've just been at home chilling.
All right, bet.
Yeah.
Dude, I just remembered that I can get a live feed of what the camera looks like on my watch.
No way.
I'm looking at it right now.
Dude.
And it's mostly Ben.
Yeah, Ben's the star of the show, dude.
Dude, Ben, you're so fat and cute. Not even fat, you're just hairy.
Sorry. Ben, you have such a sick face.
Yeah, he does. He looks like Excision, is what
Yeah,
Ariel
a
always
little-
says.
A little bit, dude. I can see it.
Ben.
I could see it.
Come here, you
Speaking of
little
Ariel, dude,
fatty.
she looked great today.
Yeah.
You see her?
Yeah, I did.
She's fucking
I was like,
killing it.
Ariel, chill the fuck out.
I know.
Dog. Bro, you know she tried to shit on me today?
She should.
Dude, no.
Sorry.
She, we were talking about me going on these walks, and Matt was like, how many calories you burning doing that shit? And I pulled it up on my phone, and it was like 630 something for the walk I went on earlier today. And Ariel was like, looked at it, and she was like, I hate to burst your bubble, but I burned that same amount of calories in a 30-minute workout. And I was like, all right, bet. Thanks, Ariel. Jeez.
She's like, what are those pussy numbers, dude?
Yeah. She's like, get your fucking numbers up.
600 calories in 60 minutes, dude. That's nothing.
2 hours, bro.
Oh.
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, it's a slow burn
You
walking.
did a 2-hour walk?
Yeah.
Do you ever think to like
Run?
throw in just like a slight jog every now and then?
I did think about it, but here's why I don't. I don't wanna.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah. For
Ben, stop eating the flowers. Anyway, sorry for yelling, guys.
No, Ben, you act like you don't get fed.
Act like
for
you've
free.
been there before,
Twice
Ben.
a day.
Twice a day, dude. And you also know that when I put new food in there, I give you a little extra. And you just gonna act like I don't.
Oh.
He's just over here eating dead plants. And the thing is, Ben, I know it doesn't taste good.
Yeah. And you're not going to swallow. Look, you just threw it up on my phone.
Just threw it on his phone, dude. And the crazy part is cats do not eat plants in nature ever. They are carnivores strictly.
Yeah.
So, Ben, you're really just embarrassing yourself.
Look at that. Yeah, you don't like it, do you?
He's just doing it to protest the podcast, I think.
Oh, look, you spit it out again. You silly boy.
Ben, you suck at swallowing something.
God. Ben, you're being really distracting right now. We're trying to have a conversation.
This is not good podcast material. Ben,
Sorry, yeah.
Don't make me kick you off the podcast.
Guys, we apologize. We just keep looking at Ben do things.
Yeah. So
But
anyway,
it's hard not to, man. Ben
I'm looking away
looks so
from Ben.
majestic.
I'm not even going to pay him any more attention.
Yeah, Ben, you don't get any of our attention.
Ben, you're a piece of shit. Anyway, what were we talking about?
That movie.
What movie?
The fucking movie that Ricky really wanted to watch. What is that?
The black phone.
Black phone.
The bad phone. I'm not sure which one.
What does that even mean?
All right, here's what it is.
I haven't even seen the trailer. I don't even
I
wanna watch
watched the trailer. Let me tell you what it is.
What is it?
There's a kid. I'm going to give you a literal trailer.
Okay.
Kid walking down the street.
Hell yeah.
Black van.
Fuck.
Creepy.
Shit.
Says abracadabra on it.
Magician.
Uh-huh. Guy pops up out of nowhere.
Boo.
Scares the kid. Jump scare. He has white paint on his face. Like a scary clown
Like a little,
with a hat.
like a mime?
Yes.
Okay.
And he goes, you want to see a trick?
Oh.
And the kid literally goes, yeah.
Fucking idiot.
Guy throws him in the van. Guy takes him to a place, presumably a house.
Fuck yeah.
Guy puts the boy in a room.
Hell yeah.
Room has a bed, and that's it. Except there's one other thing. On the wall is, oh, hi, black phone.
Oh.
There's a black phone.
Okay.
Like a rotary phone. Old
Yeah,
school
yeah.
phone. And that is the point where the trailer stops making much sense.
Uh-huh.
It's just like short little like snippets
Yeah,
of what
yeah,
happens
yeah.
later
Like
throughout the
trailer is.
movie.
Yeah, I know how trailers work
Uh-huh,
sometimes.
uh-huh. That's a trailer, you know. And there's like it looks like the phone rings and the kid answers it, and it's like voices of other kids
Okay.
who I think have also been kidnapped by this guy, question
Okay.
mark?
Is this like it?
No, kind of. It definitely seems like it a little bit.
Okay.
So then there's like another clip where the guy comes in the room and he sees the kid touching the phone and he's like, the phone doesn't work. But then he gets really mad at the kid for touching it and he's like yelling at him to put it down.
Okay.
And it's like, why wouldn't you just take it out of there?
Uh-huh.
And then sometimes the kid sees stuff, scary stuff,
Uh-huh.
or like another kid was floating.
Okay.
Was hit back.
So it's a scary movie
Oh, yes.
about a kid
Uh-huh.
and a phone
Uh-huh.
and a clown.
And I
Not clown,
thought
magician.
that it was about a cell phone, which is why I was yelling at Ricky, because I was like, Ricky, there's never ever been a good movie
Uh-huh.
that it centered around a cell phone.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not gonna say that it still won't be bad, but it does look pretty good.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the trailer looks pretty good, and apparently the reviews are pretty good according to Ricky.
It's already out.
Came out on the 22nd.
Wow. I haven't seen any of the
Yeah, a
trailers
few
for it.
days ago. It looks pretty cool. The reviews say it's great, so I'm probably never gonna watch it.
I'm probably not gonna watch it.
I don't fuck with scary movies like that.
scary movies either, man. There's,
Why would I let that bad energy in my life?
Yeah, I don't get. There's like people who like get off
Mm-hmm.
on watching scary movies,
Not me.
and I don't really get that. I've never liked scary movies.
Yeah.
Why would you scare yourself?
Why
don't you
would
watch
you
something
do it?
funny? Why don't you watch something like heartwarming?
Yeah. Why
Why
wouldn't
don't
you
you-
learn how to code in Python
Yeah.
instead of watching a scary movie?
Why would you intentionally go through a hard trial
Yeah.
and then at the end be like, "Oh, well, that was great."
Anyway, I'm gonna go to bed in my dark, empty, scary room. You ever do that?
No.
You ever
Is that-
watch a scary movie
it's
and
like,
then
don't
have
watch
to go to
scary-
bed?
I never watch scary movies alone. I've never once ever watched a scary movie by myself.
Well, you watch them with other people.
I have watched them. With
You ever
other
watch a
people.
scary movie with another people and then you have to go to bed?
Yes.
And how'd that go?
Not good. I never went to bed. I left the lights on and
Oh,
I never
man.
peed.
I used to be the king of leaving the lights on.
yeah.
I used to be terrified.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know if I ever told you when I was a kid. The house that I grew up in, that my parents still live in, has a big ass window in the living room that looks out into the backyard.
Ooh, I hate it already.
And obviously, I would go to bed. We would all go to bed, and the house is completely dark.
Uh-huh.
And I would always, typical kid shit, like want to go get something from the kitchen,
Uh-huh.
like a little snacky poo or a little
Yeah.
watery poo, and I would walk, and I would wait it like I'm in the hallway, not walking in the living room because I'm scared there's gonna be something standing outside the window.
Uh-huh.
And I would walk out and not look at the window. Like I
Never.
would cover my eyes from
You
it
would
because I
never-
was
yeah.
so fucking scared
No,
that I was going to see a demon out there
Yeah.
or some kind of like bent neck lady type shit.
If you don't see it, then it doesn't. It doesn't.
Did you watch
exist.
Haunting of Hill House?
No, fuck that.
Oh, it's
Dude.
so actually good though.
I know, but I'm not gonna. First and foremost, I'm not watching it by myself.
Okay, but listen, don't watch it by yourself. Watch it with someone because
Okay.
that's what I did. And I only watched it in the daytime, basically, with like the windows open.
Okay.
But then, and I don't like this.
Uh huh.
But lately, scary movies have caught wise to our shit, and they make scary shit happen in the daylight too, in the movies, so that you can't even be safe from when it's not night.
No matter what time it is, you're not.
So you're
safe.
out there at noon, and you're just
And
like. So yeah. So what I will say about Haunting of Hill House is, it is more of a thriller than a horror.
Okay.
And it's got some horror moments.
I think thriller is even worse than horror because
Really?
it gets
I-
my heart racing.
I do like a thriller though, but I'm like
Yeah.
my heart's racing.
Yeah, it makes me nervous.
I know, me too, but I kind of like it.
It makes me more scared than scary movies because scary movies I know
you know it's gonna happen.
I know it's gonna be scary and I can prep myself. But for a thriller, I don't know what I'm getting into.
Yeah,
Things just happen and I'm just along for the ride.
dude. The thing about Haunting of Hill House, it's mostly like, honestly, I don't know if calling it a thriller is the right thing. It's definitely a thriller sometimes. Most of it is not like terrifying, but more just like creepy or like, ooh, what's going on here? But
Does anything ever happen to where someone like twists their head like in a 360? Because that
in a 360, no.
in a 180.
No. There's no twisting per se, but one of the main scary things that you get exposed to in literally the very beginning of the first episode is a character. Ooh, I don't like it.
I'm cringing
character
right now.
called
I'm
the
hating it.
Bent Neck Lady.
See, I don't like that.
I don't either, I hated it. And
I hate it.
I watched that episode and I was like, how?
I hate it.
What are the odds that the one like horror trope that I can't handle, which is like women for some reason specifically, it's always
Yeah.
like a woman
'Cause women are
with like a
scary.
crazy fucked up neck
Yeah, because
who's like moving unnaturally.
Yeah.
That shit sends me every time. I can't do it. And they started directly off with something like that.
Yeah, I'm good on that. Thanks, though.
No, but
I appreciate.
you actually have to watch it though, because listen, let me tell you why.
Okay.
And I'm not going to give you any spoilers here.
No, you just did. Go ahead.
No, I did. That's in the first 45 seconds of the show. But what I'm going to tell you is, one, there's nothing ever. I'm trying to think if I should say this because I don't know if it's a spoiler or not.
Okay.
There's a lot of times that stuff happens in the show and you're like, is this really happening to that character?
Uh-huh.
Or is this a mental health issue
Okay.
that they're dealing with?
Okay.
'Cause, like,
schizophrenia.
Yes.
Okay.
Like that's a big theme in the show.
Sick.
Which is terrifying even more because that could happen to you.
Sick.
Anyway, my bad.
No, I love it.
No, but the reason I'm keep saying you should watch it is because the story is incredibly good.
Why can't they do the story but not scary?
Well, you can. That they did.
No, they did.
It's not that scary.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's just like ooh, like that kind of scary, but never like, you know. It's not like The Fourth Kind or
Oh, the fourth guy was crazy.
bro. I cried in the movie theater from watching The Fourth Kind. Not like cried, but like my eyes were welling up.
To be fair, though, bro, the way that they like switched from the movie,
I
to,
thought
like,
it was real.
actual foot. It is.
I know, but I thought it was like really real.
Oh, it is.
It's not.
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck.
I know. It's like based on a true story type shit.
But
But
those
all
are
that,
actual like.
I don't think so.
Oh, well, you say you don't think so.
Okay.
You haven't got a confirmation.
Some of it is.
It has to be.
But what I'm telling you is they don't have a real clip of a person getting floated out of their bed by a fucking alien.
For sure. But I'm saying
But they acted like it was one of the old clips when I think what they're doing is blending actual old video clips of like the interviews and shit. Those are real.
Yeah.
But then they would shoot obviously the new stuff and then they blended in other new shit they shot that looked like old shit.
Okay.
To really blend the line. But I don't think any of it,
regardless,
any of the scary looking shit is real.
The thing is, okay.
That movie fucked me up.
That
dude.
movie
I
just
still don't
fucked me
like
up,
owls.
too.
Till this day, bro. I'm fucking terrified of an owl right now, bro.
Brother, every time I have a dream with an owl, I wake up sweating.
I'm screaming, bro.
Sweating,
Can't
bro.
do it.
Oh no, you just released a memory that I
I'm sorry,
had
bro.
deep hidden. Fucking
Oh.
owls.
I feel a little scared right now, dude. I need to grab a gun or something.
You turn on all the
I
lights
need
in
to
the
close all the
house.
fucking blinds. Why we got so many open
God.
windows in this
So many people
bitch?
can see us.
I'm scared to look at the window right now, dude. Okay, anyway.
Okay, but that honestly, here's the thing. This is gonna sound so crazy, but
Dude,
I
do
want
you
to
wanna
watch
sleep
that
in my
movie.
room tonight?
I was gonna say I want to watch that movie.
Oh, the fourth kind.
Yeah, it's been so long since
But
I
here's
watched
the
it.
thing: what if we
But
watch
I
it?
need
It's
a reminder.
scarier than you remember.
It probably is.
I think it is. Dude, the ending. Do you remember how it ends?
Yeah.
That shit unnerved me.
Yeah. The thing
I was
is
like
that the woman scares me. She
terrified.
That's the thing. I think we're both on the same page. Women who look unnatural
yeah.
scare the living hell out of me.
Because I think naturally, your inclination is that women look so
beautiful.
comforting.
Oh, yes.
Like, I'm sure it's like a maternal, matriarchal, like
Uh-huh.
I don't know how to explain it, but seeing like if I see a male figure that's all fucked up, I'm not really tripping about that.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, whatever.
I'm like, all right, dude, that sucks.
The jigsaw guy,
Yeah,
he's whatever.
That's all whatever. But a whammon, dude,
A Willamette?
a willamette, damn it, whammon. That's not supposed to happen.
No. They're supposed to be beautiful creatures.
And then oh my God, when the movie is ending and bro, the fucking aliens are flying overhead.
And she's making those weird noises.
She's making those terrible, terrible noises.
Yeah.
She's getting all bent out of shape and floated out of her bed.
Ooh.
And then they have the text at the bottom translating the Sumerian that she's screaming. And it says, "There is no God. I am God." And I was like, oh no, this is the scariest shit I have ever heard in my fucking life. I have chills right now.
Yeah, I'm literally about to cry.
Okay, me too. I don't want to watch it. I'm
not going to watch it.
But we go watch. No, actually, I don't want to watch Haunting of Hill House right now either.
No, I'm not watching. I'm literally not watching anything scary.
We're
for
gonna
the
watch it in
next
the
year.
daylight, bro. We're gonna watch it in the daylight,
You're gonna make me
man.
cry, dude.
Dude, let's just invite some girls over. Then we can watch them.
Okay.
All right, everyone, calm
You
down.
first.
We're gonna reset.
Okay.
We're gonna have a quick.
Wait, can
we're
I
gonna
tell you what I think the scariest movie I've ever seen is?
Don't say The Grudge.
No, I've never seen The Grudge. I don't
Oh,
plan on
that
watching
shit
The
scared
Grudge.
me.
I'm
Don't
not
fucking
watching
watch it. It's so
I'm
terrifying.
not. I was gonna say Sinister. You ever seen Sinister? It's about the guy who's an artist, or not an artist, an author, and he's like, in the past he did like murder mysteries essentially, but like real life, based on like real stuff. And then he heard about a case of this family who died in a house, and he decided to move into the house that they died in to try to like piece together things and be in the setting and write a book about it.
Okay.
Does any of that ring a bell?
I don't think I've seen it.
Okay. That shit
Terrifying.
is the scariest movie I've ever seen.
I think I
Without a doubt.
remember
bro.
hearing about it.
Without a doubt. It has a blend of holy shit story wise.
Okay.
It's got a couple jump scares that
Okay.
really
got you.
got me.
Okay. Every time.
And then it deals with like a family. So
Yeah,
I'm not gonna give you any spoilers because I genuinely watch your scariest movie of all time. You gotta watch my scariest movie of all
You
time.
didn't. What?
I've seen Fourth Kind.
Oh, that's not the trade I'm making.
No, it is.
I'll watch Sinister if you watch Haunting of Hill House.
Well, we gotta watch them together then.
Okay. Yeah, of course.
Okay.
We will hold hands.
Well, here's the thing. you're not gonna agree to this, but we have to watch Sinister at night to really, really get the full effect.
Okay, we can watch it at night, but not here.
Where are we gonna watch?
I don't want to ruin this place.
Okay, that's fair.
We got to go to a hotel. Or like when we're out of town. I don't know.
Next time we're with our.
Let's
Dude,
go
we
have a
don't hang out with
sleepover
our-
at Jaya's house.
Yeah, I was gonna say we don't have a group of friends that we hang out with not here. Everyone hangs out here.
I know, because all of our fucking friends live at home still. That's not true, but all of our friends that we like do.
Yeah.
Just kidding, everyone who lives that doesn't live with your parents.
Okay, we're gonna have to schedule a scary movie night where we invite all our friends so it's less scary.
Dude, I don't want to look over in the living room because I'm scared something's gonna come around the corner right now.
I'm looking. You're good. You're freaking
Why did
out.
I do this to myself,
You didn't do
bro?
anything. We just talked about it.
Have you ever heard of The Rake?
No.
I shouldn't talk about it, but I'm gonna tell you about it.
Okay, is it a movie?
No.
Okay, fuck.
I think they've made a movie about it. So here's the thing about The Rake.
Okay.
I found out about this one night when I was a child, but I was but a boy.
Oh no.
And I forget that, like, The Rake is what turned into eventually like the Slender Man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So The Rake is supposed to be like this long-limbed, white, semi-human shaped creature.
Okay.
Okay? And it runs on all fours.
Fuck.
And there's like all these stories of like times that someone would see it and then sometime later it would kill them. And like if you see it, you're basically donezo. And there were like,
That is Slender Man.
yeah. And I was reading, bro. Oh man. And of course, like later on I realized all the shit I read about it was it's just like fiction that people write. But I was reading this shit, bro. It's this
As
like
a 7-year-old child.
reddit.com/r/no sleep type
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
And I'm like reading through it and it's like, there's all these accounts of like people being out on ships at sea and like reading about it or finding out about it. And then it shows up on the ship and kills them. Anyway, dude, it's fucking terrifying.
Uh-huh.
And it's scary as shit looking.
Uh-huh.
And I found out about this at my friend's house. This is like when I was 16, maybe 17. Found out about this at my friend's house in the middle of the night. We're like telling scary stories type shit. And then I Google it and I see all these absolutely horrifying pictures.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to head home. And my friend lives out, brother.
Out in the boondocks.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm out in the boom. You know where Greatwood is?
No. South, north, east.
South. Like Pecan Grove.
Okay.
You know where that is?
Uh-huh.
Down that way.
Okay.
Before any of that shit was developed.
Okay.
I'm talking all that was out there was houses.
Yeah. And land.
cornfields.
Uh-huh.
Literally, it was all cornfields. And I'm driving. I go out, I walk out and get my car.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
man, it's dark out here. Turn on the lights
Ain't
in
no
my car.
city lights. Yeah.
I turn on the lights in my car and I keep them on for the whole drive home. Because I'm that fucking scared, bro. I'm driving down this country road. I mean, literally, it couldn't get more stereotypical.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
2-lane road, corn up past the top of my truck on both sides.
Can't see nothing.
Can't see shit.
Only
I'm
20
looking
feet in front of you.
I'm looking out into the cornfields. Feel like I see shit running in there. Like I'm terrified, bro. I am alive with fear.
Shitting yourself.
Yeah, dude. Get home,
Run inside.
I go inside, and I'm like, fucking window is still there, bro. I can't look out my fucking backyard. I go in my room. I turn on every fucking light.
The closet, the bathroom.
Yes, dude, for real. And I just sit there in my bed until the sun comes up, terrified.
Your fetal position.
Yes, dude.
Oh man.
Man, that was probably the biggest time the internet ever got me. I read that shit and I fully believed it.
Yeah. I've been there, dude.
Thank God I'm old and smart now, but I'm still scared.
That's why I don't read anything on the internet.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to forget how to read.
I'm working really hard.
I only listen to audiobooks, dude.
God, dude. I hate shit like that.
Yeah, me too.
I hate when it's night and I get bored and I start reading shit that scares me. I used to do that shit a lot when I was like early high school.
Dude.
Brother, there's this one time we were on this like field trip or like this school trip, whatever, to like a college. And it was like me, you met Ernad, and a couple of our other friends. And we were driving back on a bus at night. So it was dark as hell. Couldn't see shit. We were like on the phone. We were like on our phone reading. I don't know how the topic came, but we started talking about like lucid dreaming.
Yeah.
And literally everybody on the bus was asleep except for us three and like two other people probably. And we were like on our phone with our headphones in, talking really quietly, and we were like looking up lucid dreaming shit because we were so fascinated about the idea that you can like control your dream. And
it is fascinating.
And we started the conversation in the daylight, and we were talking about all the cool things we would do. But then for whatever reason at night, we like found a couple articles or a couple like things that were like what you shouldn't do when you lucid dream. And we were like,
I've heard about shit like this.
And like we stumbled upon this person who was giving an account about like, he was like, you should never like look into a mirror when you're lucid dreaming, because then you will like break the reality that you're in a dream, and you'll see like a scary figure or like a discombobulated version of yourself. And you'll go into a panic, and then you'll be in like sleep paralysis, and you won't be able to move, and you'll just be stuck in this loop of this like panic.
Yeah.
And brother, like there was other shit too. But when we read that, we were like, I was like shaking. I had like shivers.
You're like, I'm never going to sleep again.
And I was like, I've never listened to anyone like this. I've never looked into the mirror.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And then it was something about how like if you're in a lucid dream and like you're in a scenario where you could potentially die, and you actually die in your lucid dream, you actually feel the pain of dying. Like we were just going down this rabbit hole, and it was like pitch black. And we would like look up in the doors, and it was just a field.
Yeah.
It was just one of the most haunting moments of my life.
Yeah. Dude,
Me
something
and Ernan
about
are still like, bro, do you remember that one time we were like genuinely scared for our life?
Damn.
Just reading something.
Damn, on our phones you're reading it. Dude, there is something about scary stuff that has to do with sleep.
Yeah.
That's an extra layer of scary, bro.
Dude, also I had this friend when I was like 4 or 5 years old. So we used to live in these apartments in Plano, and my downstairs neighbor, my dad was his friend, and then we were like family friends, but the kid was in my grade, and we would walk to school together and all that stuff. And there was one day that he was telling me that his mom has like gets like sleep paralysis often, and he was saying that there was this one time where like his mom fell asleep, and she fell asleep like this, like, and apparently like if you fall asleep like this,
fell asleep with her arms crossed on her chest, like a vampire.
And he was saying that he walked in on her sleeping, and she was like this, and he like saw a figure around her, and he said that his mom like woke up but couldn't move, and he started like screaming. And I literally, after he told me that story,
who started screaming? The guy telling the story?
The guy telling the story, yeah. When he told me that story, I literally didn't ever want to go to his house ever again.
Oh, I wouldn't.
I was like, I'm never coming over. And then every single time I went there, I never went into their parents' room.
Like, bro, your mom is cursed.
I was like, no.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it was just, anytime I ever lay down, I've never laid down like this ever since because of that story.
Who lays like that?
I don't know.
Who lays with their arms crossed?
His mom.
So listen, sleep paralysis is a real thing, and it scares the shit out of me. Obviously it's not like, I don't think there's anything supernatural about it. It's just like your mind muscle connection is not okay. Have you ever like looked into why sleep paralysis happens?
No, but I can
you
get
can
the
imagine
cognitive reason of like you're awake but you can't move.
So explain very quickly for people who might not know, although I think most people do. Part of the process of falling asleep is your brain stops sending most of the signals that it sends to your muscles, other than like to keep breathing.
Yeah.
Because if it didn't, then all the movements that you made in your dreams, you would move in real life and you wouldn't be able to stay asleep. It's a natural part of sleeping is that your body basically on purpose
shuts down,
paralyzes itself.
Yeah.
Sometimes, rarely for most people, but for some people it's pretty common, you wake up before your mind has started sending those signals to your body again. Normally that happens well before you wake up. It's like part of the waking up process, even if you get woken up abruptly. But sometimes you wake up in that connection hasn't been like reset yet. And it can take like a couple of minutes
Yeah.
where you can't move and you're like awake.
Yeah.
And it's
You're, like,
obviously
conscious.
terrifying. And then on top of that, a lot of people also report, this is like what night terrors are. People wake up, they're paralyzed, they have sleep paralysis, and they report like seeing a dark figure in the room.
Yeah.
Like in a corner, or even worse, sitting on the bed, like on the foot of the bed.
Yeah.
Some people even say they wake up sleep paralyzed and there's a fucking demon sitting on their chest and they can't breathe because it's so heavy. Now, scientifically, they're having a hard time breathing because their body is paralyzed and they're just doing like, I guess what you would call like automatic, more shallow sleep breathing. Like you're breathing on autopilot and you're conscious and you want to take a big deep breath because you're scared because you can't move, but you can't because
your body starts to like panic.
you're really not even in charge of your breathing, even though, I mean, your brain is breathing for you all the time, but you can manually start breathing and you can take a deep breath anytime you want to, but not when you're in this state. And that's obviously fucking terrifying. Imagine feeling like you're not controlling your own breathing. And then you're like, oh, I can't breathe, and I see this thing on my chest. But it's just a nightmare that you're partially awake for.
Ooh.
It is terrifying, but I don't think it's real. But I will also say, a lot of the time that someone experiences sleep paralysis, it's because they were trying to lucid dream.
Oh, really?
For people who don't know, lucid dreaming is when you fall asleep, you have a dream, and in the dream you realize that you're sleeping and start to be able to manipulate the dream and do whatever the fuck you want, basically.
Which, to me, sounds fake.
Oh, it's not fake. I've done it.
You've done it?
100%.
What do you do in your dreams?
So I haven't done it a lot because I've never done it on purpose. There's been, I think, 2 times in my life, maybe 3. I think there's been 3 times in my life that I've been sleeping and I've realized that I'm dreaming and that I'm asleep. The first time I was a kid and it was like I don't know why I still remember it so vividly, but I just remember I was like on a roller coaster in the dream, and me and my family were in this like roller coaster car, and this girl is like manually pulling the roller coaster backwards up through the whole thing, and she takes us all the way back to the very beginning, and she lets it go, and then we start going, and it goes fast. And I'm scared. Little thing y'all gotta know about me: I don't fuck with roller coasters. I never have, and I still don't, and I never will.
Okay. Me neither.
I have too much of a control freak issue in my life to let some fucking carny sling me around at 50 miles an hour. So anyway, I had that dream, was so scared that I just realized it was a dream and I woke up right away. Or maybe I just woke up right away and I was like, wow, I woke myself up, but I didn't really. Maybe I just got scared and woke up. Second time it happened, it's a long time ago, I don't really remember it. Third time was pretty recent, like within the last year, and I can't remember what I did to realize I was dreaming, but something happened that seemed out of place. And I have a couple of things that I like check every now and then, just as like habits to see if I'm dreaming. I kind of have been into this ever since Inception came out, which you don't know about because you haven't seen it, which is...
I've seen it.
Oh, okay. What am I thinking of?
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Sorry.
We super should watch it. It's so good. And it's not scary at all. But there's a couple things you can do. There's a lot of things you can do that like you can check, or basically little things you can do to check and see if you're actually in the real world or if you're dreaming. One of the common ones is like trying to push your finger through your hand, because if you're sleeping, usually your hand, it'll just go right through, because weird shit like that just happens in your dreams a lot. Another one is like when you walk through any doorway, knocking on the frame of it, because if you're dreaming, your hand will probably just go through the frame. I actually think, now that I'm thinking about it, I realized I was dreaming because I did the hand thing. So anyway, that happened. I realized I was dreaming, and I do remember the second time I just got way too excited and I woke up like right away, because I was like, I'm about to do some crazy shit, and my heart rate jumped and it just woke me up from the adrenaline, which is a pretty common thing. And when there's a whole community of people who like try to lucid dream every night.
There's like training that you can do for it.
Yeah, there's a lot of training. There's like devices you can buy that are supposed to make it easier for you to realize you're dreaming. There's this thing you can buy that's like a hood that you put on your head, and it flashes these really dim lights in your eyes when it detects that you're in REM sleep, or in whatever stage of sleep is best for lucid dreaming. And in your dream, you see the light and you're like,
So, like, triggers.
it's time. Yeah. So anyway, then the third dream, I do the hand thing. I realize I'm dreaming, and I was like, okay, chill the fuck out. Don't fuck this up. And I don't know if this is just like the dream or if it was real, but I felt myself starting to wake up, and I like reined it back in, and I was like, no. We're about to do this. And I don't remember most of it because it was a dream, you know, but I definitely know that I did a really good amount of flying, which was really dope. And I also remember at one point I was like walking down a street, and I had like all my friends with me, or a lot of my friends with me from real life. And I knew they weren't like that wasn't really them, but we were just walking down this street. And dude, I remember like everything was all these crazy colors, and I had this super intense euphoric feeling. Like I was on Molly or acid, but only the good parts. Like I felt so good, and everything looked
alive.
so cool. And I was like, I thought to myself as I'm like walking down the street looking at all this cool shit, I'm like, dude, I cannot fucking wait until I wake up and go to work tomorrow and tell everyone about this shit. And it about was when I said that to myself that I woke up, and I was like, all right, whatever. And then I forgot most of it.
Yeah.
I've mentioned to people, but it's not ever been something that I've been able to replicate really. So
Yeah.
and I don't really want to try to, because I'm so scared of getting night terrors.
Is lucid dreaming kind of the same? Like, are you controlling your dream in the sense that, like, so for example, say you have a dream and then you like wake up, but then you go back to sleep and you have a continuation of that dream. Is that a lucid dream, since technically you're back to where you were?
I don't think so.
Because I've had that happen a handful of times.
But did you do it on purpose?
I don't know. I mean, it was definitely like I knew I had a dream, and then like a split second I woke up and I was like, I'm not getting up. I'm going to try to, as quickly as I possible, go back to sleep. And then I go back to sleep and I have like a continuation.
Yeah. I think a lucid dream is any time you know that you're dreaming while you're in the dream.
I don't know if that's ever happened to me.
It's
actually,
I think it's pretty rare to happen on accident.
Yeah.
But it probably will happen eventually. The more, I think definitely the more you think about it, the more likely it is to happen. You know, because you just train your brain to think about it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to prep myself before I go to sleep.
There was a good bit of time where after I watched Inception for the first like 10 times, I really, really, really wanted to lucid dream. Because if there's people who say they like have gotten pretty good at it, or it happens to them pretty regularly, and they can just do the wildest shit in their dreams. Also, the guy who invented the lunar lander said that he invented it in a dream.
Really?
Like came up with the idea in a dream and like figured it out and tested it.
I wonder
and then
how often great inventions are made from dreams.
all of them.
Yeah, right?
Wouldn't be surprised. Isn't that crazy though?
Yeah.
Lucid dreaming is sick. So yeah, they also say like keeping a dream journal where you write down
that's the whole thing.
really helps.
Like as soon as you wake
with
up.
it. So yeah, give it a shot someday, man.
Yeah, I guess that just helps you differentiate your reality sometimes. Anyways,
dude.
this was great, dude.
This was a really good one.
Yeah, I'm going to go to sleep and be scared for my life. But other than that, dude,
Yeah.
I'm going to have a great time.
I'm leaving my lights on tonight.
I'm leaving every light on.
God, why did I do that to myself, bro?
Yeah, it's the worst.
I don't even fuck with being scared like that.
No, I hate being scared. It just is the worst.
It's only the worst, and it's never fun.
well,
Wriggle. Raggle fraggle.
Rada.
All right, well,
Thank you guys for joining us on this journey. This beautiful journey of ours. We covered some topics, some serious ones, some lighthearted ones. We hope everyone knows that, especially women, that we hear you and we support you and we love you. And if there's anything that we can ever do, I don't know if there really is, but if you ever just need a shoulder to lean on, me and Sean are always going to be that for y'all.
100%.
Don't watch scary movies.
Don't watch them.
And
Don't think about them.
have sweet dreams.
Don't Google the rake. whatever you do.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
But that brings us to our close on this latest installment of the 6 Inch Kings podcast.
That's right.
That's my roommate Sean. I'm Iam, and here we are. We're signing off.
Thanks, guys. See you next week.
Peace.